Hi everybody, George Knight. This is an end of May call for our organisation as well as a June call. Just unusual because the things we're going to announce sort of fit in end of May, beginning of June, and we've got a few announcements as well to make in June, for June, early June. I think that all makes sense. So it's a bit of a promotion and a focus through until October. So let's get started. We're in pre-launch phase. Pre-launch phase, I'm just going to read this out to you. For a protein meal replacement with an alternative protein blend, the ideal nutrition that sustains and satisfies hunger. That sounds like a real marketing language, isn't it? No artificial flavors or sweeteners. The best part is it's gluten, lactose, and soy-free and great for vegetarians. Now, that's a great message. And this product is going to be launched soon. Now, I can't tell you when. I don't know when. If I did, I probably would tell you, even though we maybe shouldn't, but I can't. But I can tell you now, where we score, where our group does well, is focusing on pre-launch. You will remember we did incredibly well with the H24 range. In fact, our organisation is one of the most successful in the area of H24 products, in marketing H24 products. And I think the prime reason was how we focused on it in the beginning. And I'm saying the same here with this gluten, lactose, and soy-free product, which is great for vegetarians. I'm suggesting that each of you get really focused on talking to that group of people who maybe we've had a little concern, maybe a few little worries about taking our normal Formula One, and start to build momentum. And I can tell you now, guys, if we launch that product today, it'd be great, it'd be fantastic, but you really wouldn't score from it. What you need to do is go and recruit 10, 20, 30 vegetarians who are excited about the launch of this product. And might I add, this group of people, vegetarians, they're strong-minded, they're strong-thinking. In fact, I've just picked up a magazine yesterday, a vegetarian magazine. So they're even producing magazines. And these people are strong and they're vocal. And I can promise you that if you really focus on being in pre-launch, it's coming soon. I'm looking for some key people to be involved with me now. That whole message, get them into the meetings, get them on the calls. So when the product launches, instantly your business will go up. Instantly your business will go through the roof and move you to the next pin. So let's keep going. Again, the reason for the call May into June, and I'm preempting something, you need to be a supervisor. And your people, trust me, they need to be supervisor by the end of the month, 31st, Thursday the 31st of the month. Why? Because early in the month, probably on the Saturday at the kickoffs, we're going to be making some announcements, and those announcements will pertain and be relevant to existing supervisors. And I'm so clear that when we roll these announcements out, if you've got some people that we could have helped upgrade and move to supervisor, if we didn't do our best to get them to supervisor, you won't be happy and they won't be happy, because the promotion that we're rolling out in the first couple of days of June are going to relate exactly, specifically to qualified supervisors. So we've got a few days till the end of the month to ensure that we start to develop lines, that we start to create supervising lines, or however we do it, whatever way you do it, don't leave a stone unturned. I promise you there's a sense of urgency in pulling this together. As you know, we've got the wellness tour starting in a little while as well. Dr. Darren Burgess is coming all the way back from the United Kingdom from his contract with I believe Arsenal, and he's doing a tour specifically for us. And I repeat, specifically for us. And you can see the dates in front of you. I don't need to go through. I've had people say to me, look, who should I invite? Sports people, blah, 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 and so on. Listen, Darren is sensitive enough to approach the presentation with an all-encompassing message. So if you had high-end sports people or mum with 3 kids who just want to make a little bit of part-time money, no matter who you put into that room, they will walk out of that room really thanking you for putting them into that environment. He's going to talk about some things which are really enlightening for those who want to improve their health. And he's going to talk about some things which are really enlightening for those people who want to engage in this industry and start to build that financial wall around themselves, which is impenetrable. Now, the way this thing's going to work, it's going to be a very strong emphasis. The major lion's share of the meeting is going to be Dr. Darren Burgess. And at the end of it, we're just going to have literally a few minutes talking about the company that's bringing Burgess to the group, and maybe a couple of testimonials, but not much about the business. I have found, by the way, the best way to attract people to the business is put them into an environment where they're associating with people who are already in the business, and just through sheer association, these people are keen to get involved. So look at those dates. And listen, if you're living in Brisbane, don't just think about Brisbane. Look at people you know in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Perth. If you're in Melbourne, look at people you know in Brisbane, Sydney, Adelaide, and Perth, and so on. So don't just think about your area, your town, your city. Look to focus into some of those other areas as well. Let me keep going. Starting on the 18th through the 23rd, so the week following Dr. Burgess, we've got a Why Herbalife Nutrition Now tour right around Australia. The dates for those venues are going to roll out in the next few days. Again, all I'm going to say, guys, there could not be a better time. What we're sensing, like what happened to me when I first got involved in the business, is that the growth within the company is emanating out of the regions. And we're going to be sending the best of the best of the best into the regions to do this Why Herbalife Nutrition Now meeting. It's going to be a threefold thing. We've got a great speakers, great presenters in each of the areas. We're then going to do a little bit of a training, and then we're going to do a little bit of a sort of a key person strategy meeting. And, you know, over the last series of Why Herbalife Nows, we've had some incredible results. And I promise you, if all you do is put people into these meetings, not only where you are, don't just be thinking, when this schedule rolls out, you'll see regions, country towns from all over Australia. When you look at this schedule, think, who do you know in some of these other towns? They're going to be looked after. It's going to be a very, very powerful workshop. But you need to start to do something about it today, this day. I promise you, the workshop's going to be great. People will get involved. You don't want to be sitting there and say, gosh, I wished I'd gotten Charlie involved, because we're not going to do this tour again for another 90 days. So you don't want to wait 90 days. You want to not leave a stone unturned again. We're going to the Houston Extravaganza. Many of us have come back from Singapore, very focused, very clear, obviously very excited about our guest. And you know something? A lot of the people that were in Singapore are also going to join us in Houston. All I can say, guys, right now, it's open to everybody. Get your ticket and organize your airfare. By the way, you'll notice it goes from the 27th to the 29th. Now, if you come back on the night of the 29th or the 30th, that means that you're going to be in transit coming back on the last day of the month. You don't want to do that. Many of us have organized to stay in Los Angeles or in Houston for an extra day towards the end of the month so that we're not flying on the last day of the month. I promise you this, the information that you're going to learn in Houston, you're going to be able to apply that information immediately. And I'm saying, rather than be in the air on the last day of the month, be on the ground in LA, in Houston, phoning up people, texting people, communicating with people back in Melbourne, so that, because I can tell you the things that are going to be rolled out will have a direct, specific, pertinent effect on your people back here in Australia. And I want you to study. Obviously, I'm not going to go through it now. I want you to go to the emails and really study the qualifications. Some of you have already qualified for special seating and some of the dinners and some of the extra things. The thing that's magic about, I guess, the United States extravaganzas is they're talking in our language. They're in front of play. They're in front of the game in any other country. They are obviously the head office. It's where the whole thing started. And, you know, for each of you to be in the situation of focusing on the information that you get out of the United States, it's perfectly applicable back to our market here in Australia and New Zealand. So get your ticket, organize your airfare, get there. It's going to be great. The 26th of August is our World Team Leadership Weekend. Now, as you know, we're lucky to have Quentin coming to that World Team Leadership Weekend. And there's going to be a very strong focus on human resource development. Now, that's a nice way of saying we're going to talk about how to recruit, who to recruit, when to recruit, why to recruit, what do you do with the recruit, and what do you do with the recruit's recruit. It's going to be a real strong focus on how each of you can build a royalty income and a stronger royalty income. Certainly there'll be recognition, certainly there'll be other things, certainly there'll be a little focus on retail, product development, some product launches, some great launches, some really exciting things that are coming out. But in real terms, it's very much designed for those people who want to ship their pin in the next short period of time. So when we're in Spectacular in February, you're going to be on stage getting that next pin, building your royalties, having people in your organization getting that next pin. Again, qualify. Now, we've got a few days of May, then June, then July. If you're not in the 2.5 program over 4 months, then you're going to need to qualify in the other ways for the World Team Leadership Weekend. And that's become a World Team member, 10,000 personal. And I can tell you, I promise you this, if you help people become supervisor before the end of May, what we're going to roll out in June is, I can't guarantee, but I can tell you, if you've got a few supervisors, the chances of you qualifying for World Team with a half a Get Team check, a 500-point royalty check, is really strong. I'm just going to say it's really strong. Wait until you see what we roll out. You'll be very, very excited. Why excited? Because it's going to relate to what you're trying to achieve. So on that note, on the Friday, we've got the TAB Team Masterclass. I think it's a great term, by the way. Rob Walsh came up with this term, and I think it's just perfect. The TAB Team Masterclass, strong leadership development, leadership training, and a big emphasis. A lot of the information that we're going to be hearing is going to be coming from Quentin, who's got one of the fastest growing organizations in the world. And remember, he started the business on the Gold Coast. So he's pretty excited and he's quite emotional about coming to this school for both the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. To qualify for the masterclass, really, you've got to be a Global Expansion Team member, an existing Global Expansion Team member, or up until in the qualification period from February to July, paid August, you need to do at least 1 month of 1,000 royalty override, translated 20,000 organizational volume. In other words, 1 month of Global Expansion Team. If that's the way you qualify, then you're going to have people in the World Team Leadership Weekend. Those people are going to be focused on the next series. Who knows? Within a few months, most of the people that are in that TAB Team class who are not fully qualified Global Expansion could simply be fully qualified Global Expansion Team, moving into that $5,000 to $15,000 a month income break. And as you know, we can't promise that, but history tells me these are the sort of results you can get from this sort of school. Then, coming right back to the next couple of days, on the 31st of May in Townsville, I'm doing a Why Herbalife Nutrition Now. Who do you know in Townsville? You can see the details in front of you. On Saturday, we've got numerous kickoffs. We've got Mark and Karen Paulson doing their kickoff here in Melbourne. Look, Mark is incredibly strong, very focused. He was trained by Mark Hughes all those years ago. Has been in the business for many, many years, longer than I have, and has got an incredibly strong business. And he doesn't leave any stone unturned. He doesn't pull any punches, as you know. Whoever you've got in that school, either as a supervisor or just in the general school, is going to get great value. And then in Brisbane, I'm doing the kickoff meeting in Brisbane, and then we've got our kickoff meeting in Perth. It really is a very, very strong couple of days ahead of you. Finally, look, the qualification for our vacation, we've still got a couple of months to go, 2 months and a few days to go. We've had people start in the business and qualify for vacation in a 90-day period. There are people who are brand new in this business. With what we've got rolled out, coming out in the next couple of days, then we've got Burgess, then we've got the Why Herbalife Now, moving into the World Team Leadership Weekend. There's no reason why everybody on this call could not qualify for the vacation. Obviously, for Australia, it's in Queenstown. We're going to New Zealand, and the New Zealanders are going to Samoa. It's just an unbelievable time, guys. Guys, that's all. You're going to hear from me in another couple of days just to tidy up those qualifications for June. Can't wait to see you in the various events. Who do you know around the country? See you soon.